Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Walpai Rasna. In this video, I will explain about the MIT test material. And in this video, there are two sessions that I will do. The first session is discussion about the urgency of studying DA in ELT, and the scope of DA. Then the second session is conclusion about the important point about the material. So for the first session is about the urgency of studying DA in ELT. The first thing is the reason for studying DA. The reason is there are three perspectives used to explain discourse analysis, namely academic, pragmatic, and pedagogical reason. The first is academic reason. Learning about discourse analysis directs students to the exploration and investigation of socially used texts and speech. There are two main activities that students will do in discourse analysis, namely studying the theoretical concept of discourse analysis and conducting specific discourse analysis. From here, students are expected to take advantage of learning, namely gaining the knowledge of discourse analysis, developing a critical mindset, making the result of discourse analysis a source and inspiration in teaching English. The second is pragmatic reason. By studying discourse analysis seeks to identify the linguistic features that characterize language use, social and certain cultural factors that facilitate learner interpretation and understanding of various genres of text and speech. Knowledge of the linguistic element, social aspect, and culture of English will not make students good at making correct sentence, but also good at using sentence appropriately in context. Referring to this fact, it is important to bring discourse analysis into the English language teaching class for learning. Explore two important things in English, namely the form and function of English, which naturally exists in the context of oral interaction and written text. And the last is pedagogical reason. Discourse analysis is like a bridge that connects the teacher and the communicative approach in developing the communicative competence of language learner. Those who have studied linguistic and language skills should study discourse analysis as an academic subject at university. They are required to successfully disseminate and relate their knowledge of discourse analysis and pedagogical component in the classroom. Discourse analysis has a very close relationship with a language teaching and learning, both foreign and second language teaching. Then, after knowing the reason for studying DA, I will also explain about the difference between DA and error analysis. And the difference is discourse analysis is a primarily linguistic study which examine the use of language by its native population orally and in writing, while error analysis is the study of language errors, especially in second language acquisition. Then move to the next material is about DA in ELT. First, we must know what is discourse analysis and DA. Discourse refers to an approach commonly used to examine language in the use of its social context. According to Edmondson, says that a discourse is a structural event manifested in linguistic behavior or other, whereas a text is arrangement of structural linguistic expression which form a unity. And Carlson Rickson, the discourse is stretch of continuous utterance. So it does not only consist of utterance of sentence which are grammatically well formed, while they are, according to Wikipedia.com, discourse analysis or discourse study is general term for a number of approach to analyze written, vocal or sing language use or any significant semiotic event. And according Stubbs, discourse analysis refers to the attempts to study the organization of language above the sentence or above the clause, and therefore to study large linguistic units such as conversational exchange of written text. Then about teaching and ELT, teaching is defined as the process of importing knowledge or skill to a group of students by applying three main stages: planning the teaching, giving instruction in teaching, and evaluation the teaching outcomes. And finally, if the notation of teaching is the broke into the area teaching English, then English language teaching can be interpreted as the process of important skill and knowledge of English to a group of students whose first language is not English through the implementation of three main stages. And to understand the relationship from both things, we need to learn the trend ELT and the trend of ELT in Indonesia. For the reason, from the perspective of the writer's independent argument, DA and ELT are found to be tightly connected and inseparable. It is obviously seen from indication that discourse analysis signifies language and language-enabled discourse analysis. Language is one method of communicating message, while discourse analysis can be used as a tool to disclose message being communicated. In nutshell, the relationship between DA and language is symbiotic, in which one will not exist without the other. After that, move to the next material is about the scope of DA. The first thing is about spoken discourse. The ideas concerning spoken discourse. The first is language is verbally used by using speech in communication. The second, it constitutes a series of conventional system of sound. The last is it is actual representation is speaking. Understanding speaking means to understanding spoken discourse. Then the difference between classroom and casual conversation is in casual conversation. The first is people do not need to put their hands up if they want to speak. In the classroom conversation, students are expected to do it if they want to say something. The second, according to Barnes, teaching rarely asks questions to which they do not already know the answer. In real life, people normally ask questions to find out something they do not know. The third is, according to Delamont, state that in the classroom, teacher and expected to follow up a pupil response with some kind of evaluation, like good girl, that's right. But outside the classroom, this type of follow-up would be quite of the place. The fourth, according to Sachs, confirms that in casual conversation there exists there's quite a complicated machinery for ordering speaker sequentially in the classroom, it is usually the teacher who decides who will speak next and for how long. The fifth, Sinclair and Coulthard saw that classroom discourse has by nature a tripartite structure. The teacher initiate, the pupil respond, the teacher the evaluate the response. If a teacher withhold feedback, the pupils take this as assuming that the response was wrong and try again. In normal conversation, this type of evaluative feedback would sound strange and could even be offensive. Then the reason for analyzing discourse are the first, to show it is typical characteristic in terms of structure, function, and so forth, which have met in different from casual conversation. The second, to encourage the student to know and to use the characteristic when they are in classroom setting and want to involve in conversation therein. The last, to see what goes on the classroom and evaluate the end product of our teaching and that of our student. And how to analyze the discourse, or what the example. For example, now then I got some things her two hands up. What's that? What is it? Pupil so teacher. It is so. Yes, this is a so. By using our common eyes, we only see a dialogue extract between a teacher and his or her student, but by using data we will see different things. What is it? Sinclair and Coulthard, they are for CLC using speak act approach. Speech act approach refer to speak act theory, which claim that a classroom conversation is a speech situation which consists of one more speech event with different function, such as commissive, declarative, directive, expressive, and representative. Sinclair and Coulthard found a pattern from analyzing conversation between teacher and student. The pattern show that classroom conversation of commonly occur by using the following sequence. The first is I stand for initiation. The second, stand for response. The third is stand for feedback. So things are found from the analysis are ERF pattern for analyzing conversation between teacher and student. The pattern show that classroom conversation of NSS commonly occur by using the following sequence. The first is I stand for initiation. The second, I stand for response. The third is F stands for feedback. Things we see now are: first is the discourse sequence, which has formed the dialogue. The third, the function of each segment of the discourse sequence. So move to the last session is conclusion. From things that I have explained before, we can conclude that there are three reasons for studying. Those are academic reason, pragmatic reason, and pedagogical reason. About teaching and ELT, teaching is defined as the process of imparting knowledge or skill to a group of students by applying three main states: planning the teaching, giving instruction in teaching, and evaluation teaching outcomes. And finally, if the notation of teaching is broke into two areas, teaching English, then English language teaching can be interpreted as the process of importing skill and knowledge of English to group of students whose first language is not English through the implementation of three main steps. The first, while teaching, as well as post teaching. Then the next material is about the scope of DA. The first thing is about spoken discourse. The ideas concerning spoken discourse. The first is language is verbally used by using speech in communication. The second, it constitutes a series of conventional system of sound. The third, its actual representation is speaking. Then the reason for analyzing discourse area. The first, to show it is typical characteristic in terms of structure, functional, and so forth, which have met indifferent from casual conversation. The second, to encourage the student to know and to use characteristic when they are in classroom setting and want to involve the conversation therein. The last is to see what goes on the classroom and to evaluate the end product of our teaching and that of our student. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.